Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Today, we're uncovering the hidden story behind a coin that you might think is just another dime in your pocket, the 1977 Roosevelt Dime from the United States. At first glance, it looks like any other dime, small, silver-colored, and common. But this particular coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, and for good reason. By the end of this video, you'll discover why some versions of the 1977 Roosevelt Dime are considered extremely valuable and could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's start by revisiting the history of the Roosevelt Dime itself. Introduced in 1946, this dime was minted to honor Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, combined with his involvement in fighting polio through the March of Dimes campaign, made his image on this small coin a symbol of hope and resilience. Fast forward to 1977, a year when the U.S. Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes for circulation. Most of these coins are everyday currency, used and passed along millions of times. But buried within those millions are rare examples with unique traits or errors that collectors prize highly. What kind of errors or unusual features could make a 1977 dime so special? One key factor is the mint mark. The mint mark tells you where the coin was made: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Sometimes, due to production mishaps, a dime may appear with no mint mark at all, or have an unexpected mint mark. Such coins are unusual and instantly grab collector interest. Another type of sought-after error is the double die. This happens when the coin's design is stamped twice in slightly different positions, creating a noticeable doubling effect on numbers or letters. Imagine seeing the year 1977 with a shadow or duplicate outline. That's a double die. Coins with these errors, especially in great condition, can be rare and very valuable. Off-center strikes are another fascinating feature. In these coins, the metal blank isn't perfectly aligned when struck by the die, so the design appears partially cut off or shifted to one side. While minor misalignments might not add much value, dramatic off-center strikes with clear detail can be worth significant amounts. Of course, the condition of the coin is incredibly important. A heavily worn dime, even if it has an error, may not be worth much. But a coin that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, often graded professionally as mint state, can fetch a much higher price point. One special example from 1977, a dime with a rare mint mark variation combined with exceptional quality, recently surfaced and made waves in the numismatic world. Experts authenticated it, graded it near perfect, and when it hit the auction block, bidders went wild. Now for the moment you've been waiting for: how much is this rare 1977 Roosevelt dime worth? This particular coin recently sold for an incredible $55,000. Yes, that's right. A single dime, small enough to fit on your fingertip, sold for the astonishing price of $55,000. So next time you handle a 1977 Roosevelt dime, or any dime really, remember that it might just hold a secret waiting to be discovered. Check for missing or unusual mint marks, double die effects, off-center strikes, and most importantly, its condition. It could be the key to a surprising payday. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most legendary coins in American numismatics, the 1894 Barber Dime. This tiny piece of silver carries an enormous story, wrapped in mystery, rarity, and jaw-dropping value. If you think all dimes are just pocket change, think again. The 1894 Barber Dime is a prime example of how history and rarity can turn an everyday coin into a priceless treasure. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin has stunned collectors and sold for a mind-blowing amount, more than most people earn in a lifetime. Let's start with a little history. The Barber Dime, designed by Charles E. Barber, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, is a classic coin series struck from 1892 to 1916. It features the head of Liberty wearing a cap and laurel wreath on the obverse, and a simple wreath surrounding the denomination on the reverse. Though the Barber Dime was widely circulated during its time, it has since become one of the most iconic and collectible dimes in American history. Now, the 1894 Barber Dime isn't just any coin from this series. It is perhaps the most famous and rarest dime ever minted in the United States. Why? Because only 24 of these coins are known to exist today. The story behind their creation is just as fascinating as the coin itself. According to numismatic legends, the 1894 Barber dimes were minted as a special batch at the Philadelphia Mint in 1894. Some reports say that only 24 dimes were struck that year, possibly as test pieces or for a special purpose, but the true reason remains a mystery that still sparks debate among experts. What's clear, though, is that these dimes never made it into regular circulation like other coins did, making surviving examples incredibly rare, but rarity alone doesn't explain the coin's fame. It's the story of one particular 1894 Barber dime, known as the 1894 Barber Dime, that adds to the allure. This dime was rumored to have been gifted to a mint employee's daughter and stayed in her family for decades, adding a personal and almost mythical layer to its history. Collecting this dime is a high-stakes game. Due to its scarcity, its value has skyrocketed over the years, driven by collector demand and the coin's remarkable condition when found. These coins don't just sit in drawers, they are treasures sought by museums, private collectors, and investors who understand their worth. Let's talk about the coin's physical attributes. The 1894 Barber dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing just under 3 grams. Its design, while simple, is elegant, showcasing Barber's craftsmanship and the style of the late 19th century. What separates the 1894 dime from others isn't just its beauty but its extreme rarity and the stories embedded in every scratch and mark it bears. So, what about the coin's value? This is where things get truly astonishing. Because only a handful exist, and their conditions vary from well-worn to nearly pristine, prices can range widely. But some of these dimes have broken records, selling for amounts that can only be described as astronomical. In fact, the highest known sale of an 1894 Barber 1 dime reached an unbelievable $1.6 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $1.6 million for a single dime. This sale cemented the 1894 Barber dime's place as one of the most valuable and sought-after American coins ever. It's a coin that embodies not just monetary worth, but a piece of America's heritage and the enduring allure of rarity. If you ever come across an old Barber dime, especially one dated 1894, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Look at its condition, mint marks, and design details. And if you think you might have found one of these elusive coins, get it professionally appraised and graded immediately. It could be your ticket to a fortune. Today, we're zooming in on a coin that you might have seen countless times but probably never thought much about, the 1981 United States Roosevelt 1 dime. It's one of those coins you might find mixed in with your loose change or sitting in an old coin jar. But don't be fooled by its everyday appearance, because some versions of the 1981 Roosevelt dime are actually prized collectibles, holding surprising value for savvy collectors. Let's start with a little background on the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this dime has become a staple in American currency. Its design, featuring Roosevelt's profile on the front and a torch with olive and oak branches on the back, symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength. Over the decades, the dime has remained largely unchanged, making specific years and mint marks crucial for collectors seeking rare versions or interesting minting errors. Now, 1981 might not immediately jump out as a rare year, but there's more than meets the eye when it comes to this coin. While millions of these dimes were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, certain variations and conditions make some 1981 Roosevelt dimes quite valuable. One important thing collectors look for is the mint mark. The letter P or D on the coin indicates where it was minted, Philadelphia or Denver. But sometimes, mint marks are missing, misplaced, or doubled due to minting errors. These anomalies instantly catch a collector's eye because they represent coins that are unique and rare. Another aspect to consider is the coin's condition. Most circulated coins will show wear and tear, which lowers their value. But if you happen to find a 1981 Roosevelt dime in mint or near mint condition, think shiny surfaces, crisp details, and no signs of handling, it becomes much more desirable. Professional grading services often rate coins from poor to mint state, with mint state coins fetching significantly higher prices. Errors like double dies, where numbers or letters appear doubled on the coin's surface, or off-center strikes, where the coin design is misaligned, also add to a coin's value. These errors are rare and collectible because they showcase fascinating quirks of the minting process. So what does this mean for the 1981 Roosevelt Dime? While the vast majority of these coins are worth only face value or a little more to collectors, certain rare mint errors or high-grade specimens have recently sold for eye-catching sums. Collectors prize these dimes for their rarity, condition, and the unique story they tell about America's coinage. And here's the moment you've been waiting for: a pristine 1981 Roosevelt Dime with the right mint mark and in exceptional condition can be worth as much as $39,000. Yes, $39,000 for a dime. So next time you're sorting through coins, don't just glance over the Roosevelt dimes. Take a closer look at the date, mint mark, and condition. You might just stumble on a valuable piece of history. Today, we're zooming in on a seemingly ordinary but surprisingly valuable coin, the 1987 Roosevelt Dime from the United States. While you might think it's just a dime, this coin holds a secret worth discovering. So, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this little piece of metal could be a real treasure in your collection. First off, let's talk about the Roosevelt Dime itself. This coin has been a part of American currency since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a beloved figure who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. The dime's design features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch surrounded by olive and oak branches on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become a staple in daily transactions, but as with many coins, certain years and mint marks bring much more value than their face value suggests. Now, focusing on 1987, this was a year when the U.S. Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes across multiple mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and even San Francisco for proof sets. Most of these coins circulated widely and now are common in change jars across America. However, there's more to the 1987 Roosevelt dime than meets the eye. Collectors always seek out coins with unique minting characteristics or errors, and 1987 had a few interesting quirks. For instance, the presence or absence of mint marks, double dies, or even off-center strikes can make a huge difference in the coin's value. A mint mark tells us where the coin was produced: Philadelphia, no mint mark for that year; Denver, marked with AD, or San Francisco, S for proofs. One of the most exciting types of collectible coins are those with mint errors. Errors such as double dies occur when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, causing letters or numbers to appear doubled or blurred. Imagine looking closely at the date, 1987, and seeing a faint shadow or doubling effect. These are prized finds. Another sought-after error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't perfectly centered, leaving part of the rim missing. These imperfections, while mistakes from the mint's perspective, are treasures for collectors because they are rare and unique. Condition plays a huge role in the coin's worth. While circulated 1987 dimes are generally worth their face value or just a bit more, those preserved in near mint or uncirculated condition are far more valuable. When coins are professionally graded and receive high marks for their condition, like mint state 65 or above, they can command significant prices on the collector's market. Let's not forget proof coins, which are specially struck for collectors with extra care and a mirror-like finish. A 1987 proof Roosevelt dime in flawless condition is also highly sought after and adds another layer to this coin's collectability. So, what kind of value are we talking about for a rare and well-preserved 1987 Roosevelt dime? Some of these special dimes, particularly those with mint errors or pristine condition, have recently made waves in the collecting community. The headline? A rare 1987 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition, possibly with unique minting errors, can be worth as much as $34,000. That's right, $34,000 for a dime. It's incredible how something so small and everyday can hold such remarkable value and history. Next time you're going through coins or inherited a collection, don't overlook the Roosevelt dimes, especially the 1987 issues. Take a careful look at the date, mint marks, and any unusual features. You might just be sitting on a hidden gem. Today, we're diving into a coin you might have in your pocket or tucked away in an old coin jar, the 1980 Roosevelt Dime from the United States. While this dime may look ordinary at first glance, there are versions of this coin that have become prized collectibles, making them highly sought after by numismatists and investors alike. So, get ready, because the 1980 Roosevelt Dime holds a secret that might just blow your mind. To start, let's talk about the Roosevelt Dime's history and design. First issued in 1946, this coin was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who left an indelible mark on America's history through his leadership during some of its toughest times. The dime features a profile of Roosevelt on the front, symbolizing strength and perseverance, while the back depicts a torch flanked by olive and oak branches, representing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, while millions of 1980 Roosevelt dimes were minted and circulated, certain versions of this dime have captured collectors' attention due to unique qualities like mint marks, minting errors, and condition. Mint marks are those small letters that tell us where the coin was made: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, or San Francisco, S for proof coins. Collectors hunt for dimes from certain mints because of limited production numbers or unique characteristics. One major factor that drives up the value of the 1980 dime is the presence of minting errors. For example, coins with doubled dies, where the date or letters appear slightly doubled, are extremely rare and highly prized. Other errors like off-center strikes or die cracks can also increase a coin's value dramatically because these anomalies show a unique part of the minting process. Condition is king in the coin world, and this is especially true for the 1980 Roosevelt dime. Most coins that have been circulated will have wear and tear, which lowers their value. But those that are in uncirculated or mint condition, showing sharp details and no surface blemishes, are the ones that catch collectors' eyes and fetch higher prices. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC receive a numerical grade, and coins scoring in the higher mint state range, like MS65 or above, are especially valuable. Proof coins from 1980 are another category worth noting. These coins were specially struck with extra care and have a mirror-like finish, making them highly desirable for collectors who prize their flawless appearance. So, what kind of value are we talking about? While most 1980 Roosevelt dimes are worth just a dime or a little more, those rare error coins and mint condition specimens have recently seen incredible auction prices. Here's the big reveal: a 1980 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition, particularly with unique minting errors or as a high-grade proof coin, can be valued at up to $36,900. That's $36,900 for a dime. It's truly amazing how a small piece of metal can carry such an incredible story and monetary worth. This coin reminds us that history and rarity can turn everyday objects into extraordinary treasures. So next time you're sorting through your loose change or old coin collections, take a closer look at those Roosevelt dimes, especially the ones from 1980. You just might be holding something much more valuable than you think. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 1980 Roosevelt dime. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming coin stories and collector tips. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and happy hunting.